Well, I think it sets a good example for students in this state. I believe that there's a drug epidemic that's going on in the country, and especially in our schools. And I've taken a special interest in the juvenile justice issue, and I believe that there's a larger population than usual that has tried marijuana and is a habitual user of marijuana, and I think that's a gateway drug to meth. And I think that we need to get a control on that. I believe that we need to have a zero-tolerance drug policy in the schools, and I think having a drug test for legislatures sets a good example that we will lead instead of follow. You know, there's reports that up to half of the children are not eligible to enter the workforce because of the drug use. If businesses are requiring drug tests for blue-collar work, for welding and driving truck, if you drug test for those people and you don't have a workforce that's capable of handling those, then we have a we have a workforce problem. And we have to learn how to figure that out. And I just think that the drug testing for legislatures sets a good example for the hard issues that we have to tackle. Right now in South Dakota, we have a drug, it's a focus to focus on drug use and meth in our schools and in the justice system. It's adding a strain on the justice system. We're having to build new jails in the communities. I think that we really have to take this seriously. I think all of these societal issues can be stemmed from what is the hope and purpose of people's lives as they're young. And if we don't set that ingrain that in students early, I think it'll have deleterious effects later on in life.
Okay, perfect. It seems by the day, new economic news showing that the fundamentals of this economy continue to get stronger. Unemployment out this morning at 4.1%. The economist is predicting maybe 3.5% by first or second quarter next year. What do you think of the Trump economy?
Well, I think we're setting the stage for an American revival, and Donald Trump and his policies are setting us up for success. And it's very logical. If you want to do business, chances are we're going to start doing business again. And he's brought a lot of money from overseas back. He's lowered the corporate tax rate down to a level that is competitive in the world. And he's slashed regulations. He's cut regulations by 30%. These are job-increasing, job-inducing numbers. That's what you can expect. When you have a business-friendly climate, you can say that America is open for business again.
Is this, in your mind, what kind of a repudiation is this of the never-Trumpers, even inside the Republican Party, who were skeptical about this president and his seriousness to task and what the impact would be of having an outsider as president?
Well, politicians are controlled by fear, and they're afraid of the next election. You know, it was very clear that the political system wasn't capable of solving the problems that were facing our country. That's how you get to have $700 billion deficits every year. That's how you get to $20 trillion in debt. You have to have serious people that are willing to take issues head on. Donald Trump proved that if you take issues head on, you can start solving problems. It's a good lesson for the never-Trumpers. They talk a good game, but when it comes to walking the walk, a lot of times they just fall short. They're recognizing that there's a new way to do business, that business people can actually be effective in government because they have a sense of urgency. They're used to playing with their own skin in the game. And that sense of urgency, when taken into government and creating this tour de force, I think it's really important. And Donald Trump is proving every one of his naysayers wrong. And eventually, people are going to see, the people are going to come around in droves. And I believe that in 2018, it's going to be a landslide for Republicans. Donald Trump is going to lead the way, and I think he'll have a landslide for re-election in 3 years.
Perfect.
You think you can work with that?
Absolutely.